Swayam Prabha. Digital India. Educated India.
These are the places that help you build visibility, credibility, and professional connections in the digital world. Among all of them, one platform that stands out as absolutely essential is LinkedIn. Every educational institution, company, and even career counselor today insists that students and professionals have a LinkedIn profile. This platform is specially designed for professional networking. Whether you are planning to apply for a job, start a business, or collaborate, LinkedIn acts like your passport in the professional world. Think of LinkedIn as your online resume that lives on the internet 24 hours a day. It speaks of you when you are not around. It tells people about your education, skills, work experience, interests, and the kind of projects you are involved in. The entire layout of LinkedIn, from the profile summary to the experience and skills section, is built to help you describe yourself clearly and professionally. Today, most companies and recruiters search for candidates directly on LinkedIn before shortlisting them for interviews. Many professionals are hired simply because their profiles looked interesting and credible. While you can edit your profile anytime, remember that LinkedIn has built such a strong reputation of professionalism that people trust what they see more than any other social platform. Your profile picture. The first thing that people notice on LinkedIn is your profile picture. It is your face to the professional world. Unlike Instagram or Facebook, where casual pictures are common, your LinkedIn photo must make you look confident, smart, and approachable. Avoid using selfies, party pictures, or group photos. Take a clean, well-lit picture where you are dressed neatly and smiling gently. A good photograph helps people trust you more easily. Remember, not having a profile picture gives an impression that you are not serious or that your account may be fake. People tend to connect more with faces they can see. A profile without a face feels distant and unreliable. So if you want people to take you seriously, start with a good professional picture. Then comes the bio or about section. Once your picture is set, the next important part is your bio. A short paragraph that describes who you are and what you do. This is the first thing people read after looking at your picture. It must create a strong and clear first impression. Keep it short, simple, and focused, around 5 to 6 lines. Mention what you are studying or working on, what interests you in the field, and what kind of opportunities you are looking for. Avoid vague or overall creative statements like I'm a dreamer or I'm aiming to be a millionaire. While such lines sound interesting, they do not tell anyone what you actually do and what you are passionate about. Companies are not only looking for dreamers, they want people who can take action. For instance, if you are a student of mechanical engineering, your bio can say, final year mechanical engineering student with a keen interest in design thinking and sustainable technologies, looking to collaborate on innovative projects. that combine creativity with practical problem solving. This short description sounds professional and gives a clear sense of direction. You can even ask ChatGPT to help you refine your bio if needed. Then comes your posts and your activities. Now, your posts are a reflection of your interests and your level of understanding in your chosen field. What you post becomes your personal brand. Ask yourself, what do I want people to think about me when they visit my profile? If you want to be seen as someone serious about civil engineering, you can share posts about new construction materials, innovative bridge designs, or environmental practices in building. If your field is marketing, you can post about advertising trends, successful campaigns, or branding lessons. The more you post about a topic, the more people associate you with it. This is how your brand grows. One of my students, Ananya, wanted to work in human resource. She began sharing short posts about leadership, employee engagement, and company culture. Within months, her post began receiving thoughtful comments from HR professionals. One of them even offered her a summer internship because they were impressed by her interest and clarity. This is how LinkedIn quietly opens doors when you use it wisely. Also remember, not posting at all sends out a message too. Silence can sometimes make you invisible. It is better to post occasionally, even once a week, than not at all. You can also build your connections by liking and commenting on posts related to your field. When you engage meaningfully, people notice you and may reach out to connect. Building the right network. The heart of LinkedIn lies in your connections. Unlike Facebook or Instagram, where you add only friends, on LinkedIn you build a network of professionals who can guide, collaborate, and inspire you. Decide who you want in your network. If you are a student, connect with teachers, seniors, alumni, and professionals in your area of study. If you're already working, add people in your industry or those in roles you aspire to reach. I am into corporate training, so my ideal network includes HR heads, learning and development managers, CEOs and directors, the people who make decisions about training budgets. If they are a part of my network and regularly see my posts about training programs, it naturally builds trust and familiarity. They start remembering my name when an opportunity comes up. Sometimes I send connection requests after reading something meaningful that they have shared. Other times they connect with me after finding my profile interesting. Either ways, it is a mutual choice. I accept or decline based on whether they align with my professional goals. Your network should always add value to your career. Avoid connecting with people you do not know or trust, especially if their purpose seems unclear. LinkedIn is not a chatting platform. It is for professional growth. If someone sends you a personal message that makes you uncomfortable, do not hesitate to ignore, delete, and even block. If needed, ask a senior or mentor for advice before replying. Over time, your network should be filled with people who will inspire you, teach you something new, or open doors to future opportunities. Your professional behavior. Just being on LinkedIn is not enough. How you behave there also matters. Respond politely, keep your tone professional, and do not engage in unnecessary debates or arguments. The way you communicate online becomes a part of your reputation. A young graduate once argued aggressively in the comments section, trying to prove a point. Later, when he applied for a job, the HR manager happened to see the same post and decided not to shortlist him. His words online had already spoken for him. This shows how every sentence you type online adds or subtracts from your credibility. Be mindful of what you post and what you like and what you comment on. Even your likes reflect your personality and preferences. LinkedIn is not just a website, it is your digital career identity. It allows people from across the world to know who you are, what you stand for, and what you can offer. Use it to build relationships, share insights, and create an authentic image of yourself. Your goal should be to appear professional, approachable, and consistent. Once you start using LinkedIn actively, you will see that opportunities do not just appear by chance. They appear because you have built the right digital foundation. Instagram and other social media. The key difference between Instagram and LinkedIn is the purpose and the tone of communication. LinkedIn is a professional platform that focuses on your career and credibility, while Instagram and other social media platforms are designed for personal expression and creativity. However, this difference does not mean that you should behave unprofessionally on Instagram. Your overall image across all platforms must look consistent and trustworthy. You cannot create two completely different personalities online. One highly professional on LinkedIn and another careless and overly casual on Instagram. People today can easily view your profile on multiple platforms. And if they find too much contrast in how you present yourself, they will begin to doubt your authenticity. Define one clear image for yourself and stay consistent with it everywhere. On Instagram, it is perfectly fine to share photos of your holidays, time with friends, or moments with family. These posts show that you value life beyond work and that you maintain a balance between your professional and personal worlds. However, always be thoughtful about what you share. Fun should not turn into carelessness. If you post pictures of yourself partying wildly or behaving irresponsible, people might see you as someone who lacks seriousness. But if you post pictures of a calm beach holiday, a trek with friends, or a family celebration, it shows that you know how to take healthy breaks and enjoy meaningful experiences. Similarly, if you post pictures of yourself playing a sport, painting, cooking, or volunteering, it adds depth to your personality. It tells people you have interests, discipline, and enthusiasm. All of this creates a balanced and attractive image. One of my students once applied for a marketing internship. The recruiter mentioned during the interview that he had checked her Instagram profile. He appreciated her creative posts where she designed small posters and shared ideas about branding. Even though she was not using Instagram for work, her casual creativity caught the attention and helped her secure the position. This shows how the right kind of social media presence can support your professional goals. Another friend of mine, however, had to face the opposite experience. She had posted several party pictures with inappropriate captions. When she later applied for a job, one of the interviewers had already seen these posts. Although she was qualified, they decided not to proceed because her profile did not reflect maturity. This made her realize that even personal spaces online influences professional opportunities. When it comes to posting frequencies, remember that more is not always better. If you are not running a business or working as an influencer, posting once a week is enough to stay visible. People appreciate quality, not quantity. On the other hand, if you are building a business or brand, posting every 2 to 3 days is helpful to keep your audience engaged. For influencers, daily updates are important to remain fresh in people's minds. So set your posting rhythm based on your goals. Take healthy breaks between posting. Social media should be something you control, not something that controls you. I have seen many people deactivate their accounts when they start feeling overwhelmed. That usually happens when they allow social media to use them instead of using it wisely. Always remember what we discussed earlier. Social media is a tool for growth and connection, not a measure of your worth. Use it to build your brand, share your experiences, and stay informed. But do not let it dominate your time or emotions. When you maintain balance, your digital presence becomes not only visible but also valuable. In today's world, where finding people online has become a trend, quick relationships have also become common. I personally do not fully believe in finding people through apps, but since it has grown into a $1 trillion industry, there must be something valuable about it that I may not have personally experienced. But I do believe, however, is that honesty and awareness are the key. When you meet someone online, always be truthful about who you are and what you're looking for. Keeping your expectations realistic will help you stay grounded. Many people make the mistake of expecting too much too soon, and when things do not work out, they feel disappointed and hurt. Online spaces can help you meet good people, but only if you remain careful and smart. A friend of mine once met someone through a social platform. They became friends quickly, but she later realized that the person was pretending to be someone else. She learned that being open is good, but being cautious is wiser. Always prioritize safety. Meet in public places, inform a friend about where you are going, and never share too much personal information too early. I also know someone who met his business partner online. They first connected over shared interests and took time to build trust. Today, they run a successful startup together. So be adventurous, explore opportunities, but never be careless. Be mature, gentle, and responsible while sharing opinions or reviews about people and product. Use the digital world smartly, not blindly. Let us now go through what kind of content is most respected digitally. There is an overload of data and media around us today. Millions of people create and upload content every single day. Some qualified to speak on certain topics, and others simply sharing personal thoughts and experiences. The internet is open to everyone, so people use it freely to talk about anything they wish. The surprising part is that even the most random content sometimes gets attention. However, if you want to be known as a professional in your field, your approach must be different. Being a social media influencer and being a respected professional are two very different things. If your goal is to build a strong digital presence that supports your career, you must learn to create meaningful content that adds value. Remember, when people follow you, they do so because they believe you have something useful or inspiring to offer. People like to stay connected with those who make them think, teach them something, or help them grow. Your content must therefore be thoughtful, well prepared, and authentic. It does not need to be perfect, but it should be genuine. Whether it is an article, a post, or even a small caption, it must have purpose. Copying someone else's content might look easy, but it is like passing an exam by cheating. It may give short-term results, but never long-term respect. If you like a post, quote, or article, share it with your own thoughts instead of simply reposting it. Add a personal note that explains why it inspired you. This helps your audience see your perspective and connect with you more deeply. One of my students loved reading about entrepreneurship. Instead of copying famous business quotes, he began sharing short posts about what he learned from running his college event team, the mistakes, the teamwork, and the lessons. Within a few months, several professionals began commenting on his posts, appreciating his honesty and clarity. His simple reflections helped him get noticed by people in his field. That is the power of original and meaningful content. The way your content looks also matters. Aesthetics play a big role in making people stop and pay attention. Posts that look clean, simple, and pleasant attract more engagement. Avoid cluttered visuals, loud colors, or long paragraphs. A good design helps your message reach further. Stay away from controversial subjects or topics that may lead to heated debates. Your digital presence is not a debating stage. It is your professional brand. Brands never waste energy on small talk. They focus on building trust and value. So must you. If you want to share opinions, do it respectfully with maturity. Be cautious about sharing too many personal details. It is good to let your audience know who you are, but not every part of your personal life needs to be public. Keep your focus on professional growth, achievements, experiences, and insights that could help others. Treat digital platforms as a marketing tool, not as an emotional outlet. The more thoughtful you are with your content, the stronger your image becomes. Keep your posts short, specific, and meaningful. Your audience should feel that every time you post something, it adds value to their day. Also, understand the difference between platforms. The kind of posts that works on Instagram may not suit LinkedIn. Keep LinkedIn professional and use other platforms for lighter, more creative posts. Maintain a balanced posting schedule. Posting too often can make you look desperate for attention, while being inactive for too long can make people forget you. Once or twice a week is usually enough. Finally, remember that the best digital content comes from real experiences. The more active and engaged you are in your offline life, in college, work, volunteering, or sports, the more authentic stories you will have to share online. Use those experiences to build your brand. Let your content reflect your personality, your values, and your growth. Meaningful content does not chase attention, it earns respect. When you focus on quality over popularity, your digital presence becomes not just visible but truly valuable. Now, the number of followers and likes you receive on your social media platform depends entirely on how people connect with and enjoy your posts. Every post you share is a message to the world about who you are and what you stand for. Some people may enjoy it, some may scroll past, and that is perfectly normal. What matters is not the number but the kind of engagement your content creates. When you post too much, people start to lose interest. They get used to seeing you all the time and may stop paying attention to what you share. Distance and timing creates curiosity. It is the same with everything in life. What is not easily available often becomes more valuable. If you learn to post with balance, you keep your audience interested and wanting to see more. Keep track of the likes, shares, and comments your posts receive. These are useful indicators of what people enjoy and what they do not. If you notice that your posts regularly get very few reactions, it does not mean people dislike you. It simply means the content might not be engaging enough. Try changing the kind of material you share. Instead of only uploading personal posts, start sharing ideas, create thoughts, and helpful insights. People love content that makes them think, smile, and learn something new. One of my students used to post only selfies and group photos. Her friends liked them at first, but over time the engagement dropped. I suggested she share short and positive messages along with her pictures. Maybe something she learned that week or a small tip related to her field of study. Within a month, her likes doubled and new people began to follow her. What changed was not her photo, but the purpose behind her posts. People enjoy content that gives them something to take back. It is equally important to appreciate others' work online. Like and comment positively on other people's posts. This simple gesture shows support and encourages meaningful exchange. It also increases your visibility and helps build healthy digital relationships. Networking is not only about connecting with people but also about engaging with their ideas and appreciating their efforts. If you disagree with someone's posts or have feedback, avoid arguing publicly. Instead, send them a polite, personal message. This prevents misunderstandings and maintains a digital reputation. Remember, sometimes your posts may be seen by hundreds of others, and one harsh line can damage how people perceive you. Be mindful of what you write because the internet remembers. Do not stress too much about the number of followers you have. If being an influencer is not your goal, you do not need to chase numbers. Focus on quality and consistency instead. Real followers, the ones who value your content, will come with time. Social media growth is a slow and steady process. On platforms like LinkedIn, it can take 2 to 3 years to build a meaningful following. The key is to keep posting valuable content, stay consistent, and interact positively. Authentic growth always takes time, but it is worth the wait. Likes and followers are not the only measure of your self-worth. They are simply reflections of how well your message connects with others. When your intent is pure and your content is genuine, people will naturally be drawn to it. So be patient, stay real, and keep sharing with purpose. Mental health today is one of the most talked about subjects, and social media has become a major part of this conversation. The digital world offers endless information, opportunities, and connections, but it also quietly shapes the way we feel, think, and behave. It can motivate you one day and drain your energy the next. Learning to manage this space wisely is not just a choice anymore, it is a necessity. According to recent research, about 48% of teenagers say social media affects the amount of sleep they get, while 40% say it reduces their productivity. This shows how easily time online can take away time meant for rest and growth. The amount of time you spend online directly influences the quality of your time offline. If you scroll endlessly, you lose hours that could have gone into hobbies, fitness, or meeting people face to face. You must remember that the online world is not the entire world. It is only a part of it. Social media has its purpose, and when you use it with a clear purpose too, it becomes a healthy relationship. But when you use it without direction or awareness, it starts controlling your focus, emotions, and mood. That is when it becomes harmful for your mental health. True mental strength comes from understanding the difference between distraction and productivity. Ask yourself often, is this activity helping me grow or only entertaining me for a short while? People on social media are all working on their own goals. Most of them are creating content, selling products, and building brands. The more time you spend watching, the more attention and money they earn. This is not wrong, but it is something you must understand. You are a part of someone else's success if you are not working on your own. So, set clear goals for yourself. Learn to consume wisely, not endlessly. One of my students once told me that she used to scroll through social media for hours every night. She followed many motivational speakers but never felt truly motivated herself. One day she decided to change her routine. Instead of watching endless videos, she picked up one message each day and tried applying it in her real life. Within a few months, her focus and confidence improved. She realized that learning from social media is useful only when you take action in the real world. Build your maturity and personality to handle both the online world and the face-to-face world. You need both skills to grow. Being digitally present does not mean losing your emotional balance. It means being strong enough to enjoy technology without becoming dependent on it. Remember, true mental toughness is not when you become a slave to gadgets, but when you know how to make them serve you. Every platform was invented to help people connect, learn, and grow, not to control minds or reduce human connection. Use technology as a tool, not a trap. Be mindful, be sensible, and most importantly, be in charge of your own time and attention. When you control how you use the digital space, you protect not just your privacy but also your peace of mind. While you are out there creating your own space in the digital world, you are also constantly consuming data that others create. Every scroll, every video, every article you read adds something to your mind. What you feed your mind online will eventually shape you as a person that you become. It is therefore important to be aware of what you consume and how it affects you. We often say that food impacts your body, but information impacts your thoughts. The knowledge you gain from the internet can either make you stronger or confuse you. This is why you must be sensible enough to recognize what is true and what is not. Every platform you visit is filled with both valuable and useless content. And your ability to filter this information is what decides whether your digital presence will make you better or weaker. Brands and companies use the digital space to promote their products, services, and ideas. Many use influencers to make things look glamorous and desirable. For example, travel influencers post pictures of breathtaking places not just to share beauty, but because they earn money when people book through their links. Similarly, beauty and fitness influencers promote products for payment, whether or not they personally use them. It is all business. Some do it for money, some for personal branding, and some simply for attention. That is why you must never blindly believe everything you see, no matter how attractive it looks. The digital space is like a big city. It has wonderful places to visit, such as website, courses, and people who can inspire and educate you. But it also has dark alleys that you must stay away from, such as fake news, harmful trends, and meaningless distractions. You are both the observer and the observed here. You are watching others and others are watching you. The more aware you are of this, the more responsible you will become. Learn to manage your curiosity wisely. Watch with intelligence, not with comparison or fear. Read posts that challenge your thinking. Follow people who inspire you and engage with platforms that teach you something useful. Avoid spaces that drain your time and fill your mind with negativity. I remember a time when I was very bad with current affairs. Whenever friends discussed topics related to politics, economics, or world events, I felt completely out of place. My friends would even tease me for not keeping updated. One day I decided to make a change. I followed news pages like First Post, The Indian Express, and Economic Times on Instagram. Now every morning I would wake up with a quick news update. At first I read just headlines, but slowly my curiosity grew. I began exploring international news and reading details about things that caught my interest. Today I may not know everything, but I can hold a meaningful conversation on most topics. The habit of consuming the right content made me more confident and informed. This experience taught me that growth begins with awareness. When you fill your digital feed with good quality information, you learn something new every single day. But if your feed is filled only with gossip, jokes, and meaningless trends, your focus and motivation will slowly fade. Treat digital consumption like food. Junk food tastes good for a moment but harms your body over time. In the same way, digital junk such as endless memes, gossip pages, or negative content gives temporary enjoyment but clutters your mind. Choose content that nourishes you. Watch something that builds your skill, teaches you about the world, and helps you understand yourself better. The more you feed your mind with positive, intelligent, and enriching content, the more confident and capable you become. So be mindful of what you watch, what you read, and whom you follow. The goal is not to consume more, but to consume better.